Angola is a country that is located in southern Africa and it gained independence from Portugal in November 1975. However, the country went through a civil war that lasted until 2002. Although Angola has been at peace for many years, the effects of this conflict are still felt until today, particularly in the economy and employment sector. Angola is rich in natural resources such as oil, natural gas, and diamonds, but the country is largely driven by the oil and gas sector. Heavy reliance on this sector has slowed the growth of other industries and caused limited job creation as the extractive sector does not provide enough employment opportunities for the population. Angola mainly exports crude oil and diamonds while relying heavily on imports like machinery, transport equipment, and food products. The unemployment rates in Angola were 14.6% in 2022, 14.54% in 2023, and 14.46% in 2024, showing that unemployment remains a serious and ongoing issue. These indicate that a significant proportion of population, especially youth and women, are unable to secure formal employment. Our objectives are to review and analyze the factors and the effects of unemployment in Angola, at the same time providing recommendations to handle this matter.
One of the main reasons for Angola's high unemployment rate is its heavy dependence on oil production. Angola relies strongly on the oil industry, but this has not helped to grow a strong private sector or create many jobs. Even though Angola is one of the world's largest exporters of crude oils, selling to countries such as China, Spain, India, the Netherlands, and France, the oil industry does not provide many employment opportunities. This is because oil production uses modern machines and technology which reduce the needs for workers. As a result, while oil brings a lot of money, it creates very few jobs, leading to high unemployment. Another major reason for unemployment in Angola is the lack of quality education. Although primary education is free and compulsory, about 2 million children are still not attending school. Many schools were destroyed during the Civil War and have not been fully rebuilt. In rural areas, students often do not have access to proper schools, trained teachers, or basic learning materials. Because of this, many young people drop out of school or complete their education without gaining useful skills. As a result, they are not well prepared to enter the workforce, which contributes to big youth unemployment in Angola.
Monetary policy is a set of tools by a national central bank to control the money supply and promote economic growth. Monetary policy involves strategies such as adjusting interest rate and changing bank reserve requirement. Monetary policies implement to achieve macroeconomic objectives such as low unemployment, low inflation, economic growth, and financial stability. The National Bank of Angola already cut key interest rate by 50 basis points to 18.5% during November 2025. Cutting the key interest rate can be effective in addressing unemployment by influencing firms to invest. By lowering the rate, central bank can reduce the cost of borrowing for business and even make it cheaper to finance investment projects. The decision of implementing this policy shows improving microeconomic conditions. From 2005 until 2025, Angola's unemployment has been about 29.11%. In brief, through enforcing this monetary policy, Angola has decreased to 26.90% in the third quarter of 2025, while 28.80% in the second quarter of 2025. However, decreasing the rate of unemployment and implementing this policy does not really help unemployment issues in Angola solve. This is because they are heavily reliant on oil, which can offer many work opportunities for unemployed citizens. Also, education in Angola has been inaccessible to many. Education has led to a decreased number in the decreased number of skilled workers.
Fiscal policy refers to policies that involve taxation and government revenue to stimulate economic growth. In the case of Angola, the government uses expansionary fiscal policy, which means the government increases its spending in order to stimulate economic growth. There are several fiscal policies that the government Angola has introduced in order to tackle its unemployment issues. Under the current Angola tax law, the government offers attractive tax incentives to firms to encourage job creation. Under the current tax law, government offers tax deductions in the form of corporate income tax and personal income tax up to 3 to 7 times the national minimum wage for every newly hired employees. This significantly reduces the cost for labor, which allows firms to expand their workforce. Such deductions may double if women are employed through the initiatives or if such firms offers industrial training or internships. To encourage development and investment in less developed regions, firms may offer further tax deductions up to 80% in corporate income tax and 85% in rental estate tax for investment related properties. Besides fiscal policies, the government of Angola also offers direct intervention policy to stimulate employment. One of the major example of direct policy by the Angola government is the Angola Youth Employment Opportunities Project, or AYEOP, which provides industrial training, industrial exposure, and finally entrepreneurship services. This policy aims to transform Angola youth into a skilled and adaptable workforce. Last but not least, one of the policy introduced by the Angolan government is the Informal Economy Reconversion Program, or PRE. Before its implementation, up to 80% of Angolan economic activity revolves around the informal economy sector, which means the Angolans who are involved in informal economy sector are limited from accessing government funding, government support, and digital services. Under this policy, the government encourages Angolans to formalize their economic activity, which allows for government funding, which directly increase productivity, broadening the tax collection, and finally strengthening the worker protection. So far, the policy has bore fruits, has shown efforts. In early 2025, more than 80,500 jobs have been created, and in 2025, national unemployment has lowered. However, youth unemployment remains a prevalent predicament, which indicates the need for continued policy efforts and policy implementation to tackle this issue.
To recover current challenges, Angola should focus on economy diversification to reduce dependency on oil and gas sector. The goal is to reduce dependence on oil sector and create more economy balance. The government should focus on developing industries with a high employment potentials, such as agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, and digital service. By investing on these sectors, can create more job opportunities. A stronger non-oil sectors would provide alternative sources of revenue and promote consistent economic growth. Angola can create a business-friendly environment to support economy diversification by encouraging investment across multiple sectors, with stronger governments and private sectors participation to attract both local and foreign investment. As a result, Angola can expect to achieve more diversified and sustainable economy growth by reducing its reliance on oil sector and expanding industries.
One of the ways that can be done to reduce unemployment in Angola is by improving skills training and vocational education. Many young people are lack of practical skills that are required by the employers, making it difficult for them to enter the job market. Therefore, education and training should be aligned with labor market needs so that young people are prepared for a wider range of job opportunities. Stronger collaboration between educational institutions and industry, especially through technical and vocational education and training, can help graduates transition more smoothly into employment. Finally, it is important to encourage entrepreneurship in education system as it allows young people to create their own job rather than relying on public sector to support long-term economic growth.
Infrastructure development in Angola has lagged behind, thus presenting challenges to productivity and business investment. Investing in infrastructure and rural development can boost productivity and reduce poverty by improving access to roads, electricity, clean water, and communication networks. Which better infrastructure help farmers and small business bring their products to the market and attracts private investment. This increase their profit and encourage business expansions. Rural development also creates employment opportunities, improve living standards and sustainable economic growth. Improve access to education and healthcare in rural areas, further strengthen human capital and long-term development. With continued development of infrastructure and rural areas, living standards should be improved and employment opportunities are likely to increase. Overall, Angola has potential to achieve inclusive growth, lower unemployment, and improve social welfare.
To sum up, we believe that Angola's unemployment problem is deep but not hopeless.
The country already implemented the right policy, which is monetary policy, fiscal policy, and direct employment program.
However, this must be improved and expanded to finally achieve a lower unemployment rate in the future.
Well, that is all from us.
Thank you.
Bye!